us. We're sorry that you missed the news, but you've got your intro there. And yes, I found out that... Yes. Right, here we go. So the Wrestling Observer newsletter that is out there. I'm not subscribed, by the way, because I don't like spoilers, but I am looking at it for this. They've said that WWE renaming the stable of Paige, Becky Lynch and Charlotte to the Submission Sisters.
Oh.
After learning that the name Submission Sorority is linked to an adult website.
Right.
That said website, their web traffic surged 56% overnight, and that they had a 35% increase in subscriptions. That's pretty good.
So people found it accidentally because of wrestling, and then go, oh, we'll keep this.
We'll have a bit of that. And this is the best bit. Are you ready? The company... are apparently planning to send Vince McMahon a thank you gift basket.
Can you imagine what's in that?
Mucky.
Oh, filthy,
dirty.
Slutty.
So, so all in all, have you got more there? Sorry, you were speaking.
No, the other thing I was quickly mention, because we're out of time, is Lana.
Yeah.
The Lana angle.
Lana
ended up in the... Accolade, didn't she?
Yeah.
Summer Rae put in an Accolade.
Summer Rae pulling out the moves there.
It's sort of like...
That's got to be a match, isn't it? That's got to be a SummerSlam match.
I think so. Lana looked great when she was being chucked around on the floor. It turned out like Rusev has swapped roles. Rusev is like Lana now. He told Summer Rae to crush.
Yeah.
Before he was completely told what to do by Lana.
That's right, yeah.
So that was another angle I noticed that I'm probably going to come up in. And I just want to mention how over Cesaro is.
Can I just say, Christopher's just said, and yes, new time apparently of 9 p.m. Right? Apparently, Chris, you were here at 9 o'clock. So it's not apparently, is it? Unbelievable. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah.
He is over.
How over was Cesaro?
Yeah, massively. I like the way that he was saying about some idiot's been printing out these signs, Cesaro section, and giving them out before the show. I liked all that. That was cool.
Well, last week somebody printed out 7,000 of them.
Right.
Before the show, and it happened again this week. I don't know if it was as many, but Cesaro was super over. I thought Kevin Owens the match was brilliant between the three, the triple threat match between Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cesaro. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I'd like to see more of that, and I think we're going to see Kevin Owens versus Cesaro at SummerSlam.
Yeah. You're breaking up match. A little bit there, just so you know.
Some kind of gimmick match should be Cesaro versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think we're definitely going to see Lana, and I think Dolph Ziggler will return.
Do you really? Well. I was going to say, if we heard any news, we were going to do that in any other business.
Yeah, well, we can do that in any other AOB, but no, I think the Lana angle, I think they need to bring Dolph Ziggler back for that. So
maybe
that was happen. Raw, and that is SummerSlam all done and dusted.
Well, I think it was a good show this week.
I enjoyed it as well.
I had to watch bits over the last couple of... Well, since it was on, I've watched half an hour here, half an hour there, half an hour there. So we're going to find out who Aaron Blanchard, the podcast enhancer, who has a brand new show tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. We'll tell Mart all about it in your next segment. But we're going to find out the performer of the week first. And now it's time for...
Podcast enhancer performer of the week!
On the Midweek Wrestle Chat.
Shut up, child.
Bringing you the podcast enhancer.
Oh, it's crazy.
Who was the podcast enhancer performer of the week?
So then.
Right then.
Did you just burp?
Right, no, you did.
Oh, no, I did not.
It wasn't me.
You just burped.
I did not. I haven't had a drink or nothing. Right, my performer of the week. Ready? My performer of the week is Randy Orton.
Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Orton is the performer of the week. Round of applause. Unbelievable. Get back in the cupboard. Go on. Why Randy Orton?
Randy Orton, I thought he was great. The two matches in were brilliant.
Burping, Betty Turpin.
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of he edged it from Cesaro this week. He was just a little bit better, and I really enjoyed him. And the RKOs were great.
Yeah.
And I just thought he did really well. So Randy Orton was brilliant.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Orton is this week's performer of the week. Yeah, stop that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're cracking through the show. We've only got 10 minutes left, and I'm sure you want to tell everybody about your brand new show, especially people that have just joined the show a little bit later than normal.
Yes.
Lana has said that Ziggler will be back after SummerSlam.
Amazing.
And Christopher's after some bourbon biscuits and also hopes that Lana takes Summer Rae's head off at SummerSlam. Blackpool time is different, Tony. Oh, I don't know what's going on. It's time for the MMA Roundup.
The podcast enhancer. Alan Blanchard brings you the weekly knockout MMA Roundup.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you in training. I'm going to turn my mic off and hand over to Aaron Blanchard. I'm going to sit back and listen to him.
Yes,
and,
thank you very much.
Before you go into it, though, can you please tell everybody about your show?
My new show that is
starting tomorrow night, because some people may have tuned in late and missed what it's all about and why you've got it. Over to Aaron Blanchard. Thank you
very much, Tony. Thank you very much. My new show is available tomorrow on Spreaker and iTunes from about 8 p.m. It is called Fight Camp. It is an education to the octagon, and it's a podcast dedicated to new fans of mixed martial arts and the brand UFC. So I'll be able to give you all the information you need to know, all the stuff you probably won't know if you're a new fan of UFC. I get asked lots of questions anyway on the Twitter. So this is my little outlet to answer those questions and give you a better knowledge to mixed martial arts, which makes you enjoy it more quicker. There we go. That's my new show, available tomorrow on iTunes and Spreaker.com.
So what time's it on? Is it live?
8 o'clock. It's not live. It's pre-recorded.
Not live.
Can you imagine
Not
it
Not live.
So there we go. It's from the good people at the podcast set, which I'm very grateful for.
Can you do that in your jingle voice, please?
Say what? They're brilliant. The good people of the podcast set.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Terrible.
He's got his own show.
Make it very clear.
I'm turning my mic off again. Go on. This is your section. Unbelievable.
Right, here we go. So my UFC news of this week then. The main news, it was announced yesterday that the match that we're all actually after, Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, is happening on December the 12th in Las Vegas at UFC 194. So Conor McGregor will defend his newly won interim featherweight title against the featherweight title champion, Jose Aldo.
Is that the bloke with the beard?
The Irish guy
cocky
with the beard,
one?
Yes. Say again?
The cocky one from last time.
The very good one, yes.
Right,
the
okay.
guy that said he'd knock somebody out in 2 rounds, and he did.
And he's the new champ. It's him.
He's the interim champion.
Right.
This will be explained in an up-and-coming show on Fight Camp about interim champions and full champions.
Right.
But they're both the featherweight champion at the moment, Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor, who is the interim champion. The winner will be the undisputed featherweight champion of the world, and that's happening December the 12th in Las Vegas on 194. The rumour is that Ronda Rousey is also going to be on that card defending the title against Miesha Tate as well. So that card will be probably the best card of the year. It's going to be tremendous. It's going to be huge. Conor McGregor, the biggest draw in UFC history, and now Ronda Rousey, arguably the biggest draw in UFC history, on the same card is a possibility. It's going to be huge. Speaking of Ronda Rousey, little Ronda Rousey bomb coming up. This week, there was a fight night, and a woman called Amanda Nunes.
Whoa, I'm back in. You cannot do a Ronda Bomb without the Ronda Bomb jingle.
Let's go.
What is the matter with you? Go.
Ronda Bomb.
Jesus.
There we go.
All right, I'm off.
So, on the fight night that happened on Saturday, there was a female fight between a Sarah McCann, a US Olympian wrestler, versus a Amanda Nunes. Now, Amanda Nunes destroyed Sarah McCann in 2 minutes and called out Ronda Rousey. So another Brazilian is now calling out Ronda Rousey, but she said she's not going to talk trash like Bethe Correia. Bethe Correia, who got knocked out in 34 seconds 2 weeks ago, is still talking about beating up Ronda Rousey. So she got knocked out to sleep.
I've got to chip in. The one that got knocked out is still bad-mouthing her, right?
It's still
Why? What's she saying? What's she saying?
She obviously wants to die, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, what's she saying?
She's saying that Ronda is going to get beat. She's going to beat her. She's not that good. She knows her weaknesses now. She's going to destroy her. She's going to knock her out. So it's just relentless.
Okay, so someone else has called her out, and they're not going to talk smack?
No, they just want to fight. She's just going to prove that she deserves a fight by fighting, which is really good. She's a great fighter as well. I think people are just going to call Ronda Rousey out because they know they're going to make money.
Okay. Now, the big news you texted me earlier is that you had some CM Punk news.
Yes, I have got some CM Punk news.
Right, this is exciting.
Please check out his Twitter. Okay,
go on.
CM Punk has openly had a falling out with a UFC fighter, an Irish bloke called, I'm going to try and get his name right because it's a bit funny to say. I think it's Canal Pendrell.
Okay.
Right? He's one of Conor McGregor's friends. They've literally had, over the last couple of days, a really big spat on Twitter. People were told to go forth and multiply. People were told that you're not a fighter, you've never had a fight. There was lots of bad mouth stuff. The Irish guy, normally an Irish guy was quite good at the word of mouth, but he picked a verbal fight with CM Punk, who we know is a very good talker. So read his Twitter. People are calling for this fight to happen.
Is this Pendred, did you say? Cathal
yes,
Pendred?
Pendred. Cathal Pendred, yeah.
Okay, the last tweet he sent to him was, make fun of my page, my skill, where I come from, but realise I've made more money on my per diem dems alone than you have in the UFC.
Yeah, so someone's bad-mouthing Punk. Punk decided to go at him because he's CM Punk. He's defending his honour, so that's what he's done. CM Punk will fight by at least February, I think.
Okay, one thing that this Cathala said, I'll tell you what I don't see in the mirror, a 40-year-old wash-up wrestler who's used his fame to get into the UFC, to which CM Punk has said, F UCK, you're boring.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Pendrell has had a last couple of fights he's had have been decisions, and they have not been the fights that he's famous for. So Punk's gone at him and hit him where he hurts. It's ridiculous, but good. This is real life. This isn't at work, so this stuff could be really good.
No, he's also
really
put, I didn't call you out there, you moron. I was just pointing out how shit you looked on Twitter, and then CM Punk's put, they got mirrors in Ireland. What sort of glass house what sort of glass is your house made out of?
So there we go. It's like, you don't get into a verbal exchange with CM Punk. We know how good he is at talking.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's it. That's my main news. There is a UFC 191 coming up soon in September. That's the next big event, but we'll build up to that next week.
So when's this 194?
194 is December the 12th. I have mentioned.
That's like miles away.
But it was announced yesterday that the main event is going to be...
So what about 91, 92, 93?
The 91 is on September the 5th.
Yeah.
So that's 3 weeks' time.
See, this is why, people, you need to tune into Aaron tomorrow night, the podcast enhancer. Check out his brand new show, Fight Camp. It'll teach you all about UFC, all about these confusing things and numbers that I don't understand. Yes,
basically, UFC 191, the main event is the flyweight title, and it's Mighty Mouse versus...
That's an old that's my old favourite cartoon.
Sorry, Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson versus John Dodson. These guys are the fastest men in the octagon. Mm. They're the smallest men in the octagon, and they are the fastest. These fights are amazing.
Chris has just mentioned.
Talk about that more.
Chris has just mentioned Punk worked with Heyman, who has the best talking skills in the world. It's true, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of the show. Round of applause one more time for.
Thank you.
Come on, put the bourbons down. Come out the studio and give Aaron, the podcast announcer, a round of applause. We've come to the end. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Aaron, again for being technically rubbish tonight.
Well, if it wasn't a boring show.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But we'll be back. Well, no, I'll tell you what. You'll be back. We usually say we'll be back next week, but you'll be back tomorrow from 8 o'clock. Your show will be online. So everybody do us a favour and share it. Go and review it on iTunes, because we want it to get into new and noteworthy, like our new show Carnage. That'll be amazing.
There is a trailer available of me blabbing for a couple of minutes, so have a listen to it. Give it a review. Yeah, that would be great.
Don't listen to that. Just give it a review.
Yeah.
Thanks once again for listening. Great of you to do so. And we'll be back next Wednesday. We'll be back Tuesday. And we'll be back, obviously. You'll be back tomorrow night.
On Thursday, yeah. So have a good week, everyone.
Have a good week. We'll see you later.
Ta-da.
No way! I got goosebumps! The Rock is here! Wait a minute, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? Get it! This is what pay-per-views are about. You can never know! Oh, man! It's Mick Foley! Mick Foley is here!
Remember when wrestling was real to you? Remember when none of us knew? Join The kayfabe revolution. Kayfabe revolution. Make it what it's supposed to be. The MWC universe brings you #Enjoy Wrestling. Enjoy Wrestling all over again.